Hello everyone, it's Samantha Scholes again here on Embracing the Divine Feminine, and I am picking up again on the Sacred Sound series. Today we will be talking about the solar plexus, and that is located right here, okay? This is between your belly button and your chest. That's where your solar plexus lies, and sorry, I don't memorize things anymore, but I wanted to let you know. So this is our center for our personal power, our self-esteem and confidence, our willpower and discipline, our motivation, purpose, and identity. So this is a really big area that gets blocked. Remember, we have those spinning wheels called chakras that run up and down vertical. And sometimes emotions can get trapped in there. Things that environmentally we're dealing with a ton of sound that our body is inundated with that kind of messes with our resonance. Also, we currently right now have a ton of solar energy coming in, which is stirring things up within our body, meaning like our shadows, our childhood trauma, things like this, blocked emotions that we have in the body are starting to come up, and then we can face them. It's pretty easy to face those old things. We can just say to ourselves, you know, thank you for coming up, and I no longer need you. You kept me safe in the past, and I just allow you to go to the light. And we don't really need to beat ourselves up anymore about these emotions that are trapped within us, because we have sound that can help us. Yay! But anyway, I did want to talk a little bit about the environmental things that affect our body. So it could be any type of sound. We have all kinds of sounds that we're inundated with daily, which could be cars on the street. It could be fans. Like I've got 2 fans right here running because I live in Arizona. We have the AC that will kick on. We've got washer dryers, refrigerators. Those all have a frequency. Everything has a frequency. But those particular ones create sound that we can hear, which also affects our body. There's also sound that we can't hear that affects our body, like a, excuse me, like a dog whistle, for instance. We know that those work and we can't hear them. So we know there are other sounds that happen in this world that we cannot hear. So like I say, I love sound because one of the easiest ways to move blockages within your body is sound, because you don't have to do anything. You can come and relax. You don't have to be here with me. We could do it online. I do sound baths online. I do personal one-on-ones with you, so it can be very specific for you and what you're dealing with. But yeah, we can do sound in a bunch of different ways. I do sound baths online, and I also create little clips. But let's go ahead and get started. I want you to hear this and see if you can feel it in your body, okay? Now, these little sound clips I was telling you about, they are great for just resetting your chakras and what you may be feeling at the time. There are all kinds of different sounds, and it's for your entire body, but it could be for anxiety, say, to calm your body. And that's what these instruments can do for us. So I would like you just to take a listen. Every time we do this, I really want you to be present and in your body. So we're going to take 3 breaths, and we're going to call ourselves back into our body. Okay, what happens when we start getting stressed is we get up in our head, and we all of our emotions and everything come up here. And so what happens is we start breathing really shallow. We get in our head thinking that we can control anything in our head, and we cannot, okay? So it's best to just relax and sit back and start expanding and allowing us to take nice deep breaths from our lower part instead of the upper part. Because when we're breathing really shallow, we are telling our body, excuse me, that we are in fight or flight, that we are scared, And so this instantly increases our cortisol levels and all of these wonderful things that go with that triad. But anyway, so what we want to do is just consciously try to breathe. We're going to take 3 breaths right now. Take a big breath in and exhale. And we're going to state, I call myself fully into my body today, September 2nd, 2025. Let's do it again. Big breath in. Exhale. I call myself fully into my body today, September 2nd, 2025. One more time. Big breath in. I call myself fully into my body, September 2nd, 2025. And there we go. Now you should feel yourself settle into your body with the breaths, and you should also feel your toes kind of tingle. So you know you're fully into the body, and that's what we want so that you can feel this. So I'm going to play this, and I would like to see how you feel it in your body. I would love to hear comments. The thing about the solar plexus, as you can tell, so personal power, self-esteem, confidence, willpower, discipline, motivation, purpose, identity, these are huge, huge for all of us living humans that are inundated with stress, okay? Because I don't know if you've ever felt it before when you get nervous or something just makes your stomach turn, you feel it immediately. Like your stomach just turns, you may start feeling sick, uneasy, anxious, all of these things because one of these is being threatened by what's happening outside of you externally, okay? So, like I say, some of the easiest ways to move this energy, and I even do this, if I start getting stressed out about something, say, I don't know, say somebody gives me a call and it's not a good call, I will go straight to my bowls to break up this, the dense energy within my body, because that's what happens. We take that dense energy in and then it's kind of stuck. We don't know what to do with it. Okay, so what we're going to do, what I would like you to do is just kind of relax and sit back, and I want you to hear this sound. And please comment, let me know if you feel it when I hit this. Now, what I picture when I chime this is called chiming. Okay, when I do that, if I have any knots in there, I just picture it as a block like this, and then I picture it opening up and just bubbling out. So any of that block, I just picture these little bubbles, like an effervescent bubble, just going out into the universe. Just release it. We do not need trapped emotions in our body, okay? It affects a lot of things. So this is a consistent thing that we do over time, and we get stronger at building boundaries and all of these things that help us become more balanced, I guess, as a spiritual being, okay? Anyway, here we go. We're gonna play some sound. Let me know what you think about this. Now, sometimes on the computer, you may not hear all of this, but the bowl is singing, and there's like this reverb, so just allow it to encompass your body. And I feel it right here every time. Now I'm going to go ahead and sing it. And that just sounds so good. I can feel it moving through my body. So when I create sound clips or sound baths, this is one of the instruments that I use, and I use each bowl specifically for certain things. Okay, so this, like I say, this would help our confidence. And so if there was something specific going on in the body, I would use this based on these, okay, if that makes sense. Also, now a way to understand what type of emotions can get trapped in that area. This all comes from this book, remember? Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. And the reason I like this is because it gives us practical terms to understand what we might be feeling in our body. And know that it's part of the solar plexus so that we can go and we can play the bowl to move that, okay? So stomach problems, that could be anything, just like upset gut all the time, you know, how people get kind of anxious, and some have really uneasy stomachs. When we have a low sense of security, lack of affection is threatened, fears of new ideas, unhappy feelings, and condemning the success of others. So these are the feelings that we can internalize because of a trigger that happens to us. So our friends or family trigger us. That's basically what it is. When they say things and we have a reaction to it, that is triggering, okay? And that just could be what it has to do with, in this particular area, are these things that we discuss. So like our self-worth and all of this. So if somebody were to maybe try to make something funny and put a dig in on you, right, you may go straight to that area and just be angry, hurt that this person would even say these things, okay? So the triggers are great to pay attention to, because you can ask yourself, why did this trigger me? It's something usually from childhood that we can address emotionally and spiritually, okay? And we can even do a lot of that through just symbols. So anyway, that is what the solar plexus bowl is about. And like I say, this is a big area. A lot of people feel, you know, they just get bogged down in this area. I think this and the throat chakra are one of the biggest ones that most people deal with on moving the energy, because sometimes it's just easier, you know, we feel that we shouldn't say these things or say what we think. But this is trapped emotions in our body, and what that does is that can cause, excuse me, pain. Okay, so when we release all of these trapped emotions, we have resonance and everything flows. When we're not in resonance, things don't flow. Okay, so we will discuss more on resonance. And if you have any questions at all, I would love to hear from you. Keep an eye out. Pretty soon I am going to be doing a webinar so that I can get to know you guys a little bit more. Sometimes I feel like I'm behind the bowls, I'm behind the music, and I don't really get to talk to everyone. So that will be coming up here in September, so keep an eye out for that. I really appreciate you guys. I did one last thing. My friend Patty McGuire, she is the positivity influencer. I will be inviting her on my channel pretty soon to discuss the solar energies. Excuse me. We are being inundated with solar energies right now, and like I said, that can bring up all of these triggers and these trapped emotions that we have in our body. And so I will bring her on to explain the Schumann resonance. That will be coming fairly soon, so watch for that too. All right, guys, thank you.